Phrasal verbs. Listen to the two sentences. Which sentence uses a phrasal verb?
I came to Hong Kong because I'm studying architecture at a local university here. When I read the report, I came across a few mistakes that needed to be fixed.
A phrasal verb is a verb that has a different meaning when it's used with a particle. What is a particle? Let's look at an example. In this sentence, we are using the verb come, meaning to move or travel to a place. In this sentence, we are using the verb come as part of the phrasal verb come across. To come across means to find something by chance. This phrasal verb, made up of the verb come and the particle across, has a different meaning than the verb come on its own, as in the first sentence. Most particles are prepositions, but in a phrasal verb, they function as part of the verb rather than forming a prepositional phrase. Compare these two sentences.
When I got to the office, I had a lot of paperwork to finish. He got off the plane and went to baggage claim.
In the first sentence, to is part of the prepositional phrase to the office. It does not change the original meaning of the verb get. In the second sentence, off does not function like a preposition. It is a particle that comes after the verb get to form a different meaning. How does adding off change the meaning of get? In the context of the first sentence, get on its own means to arrive. In the context of the second sentence, the phrasal verb to get off means to leave a form of transport, such as a bus, train, or plane. Get and off work together as a phrasal verb with a different meaning. Some phrasal verbs have two particles after the verb. Listen to these examples. What does each phrasal verb mean?
We need to get down to business. I look forward to seeing you soon. I couldn't come up with the right answer.
To get down to means to become serious about something. What about look forward to? This means to anticipate something. Finally, what meaning do you think come up with has? To come up with means to produce something. We can often use the context of the sentence to help us guess the meaning of a phrasal verb. We can also use a learner's dictionary, which lists phrasal verbs separately with their definitions. Read each pair of sentences. For each pair, which sentence contains a phrasal verb?
Since my sister and I grew up, we have gotten very close. We like to hang out at the local coffee shop. I ran into my teacher on my way to class.
Grow up, hang out, and run into are all phrasal verbs. Each has a particle that changes the original meaning of the verb. Now let's think about what each one means. Read the sentence again. What does the phrasal verb grow up mean? From this context, we can guess that grow up means to become an adult. What does the phrasal verb hang out mean? To hang out means to spend time relaxing. What about the meaning of run into? The phrasal verb run into means we meet someone by chance or unexpectedly. Separable phrasal verbs. Some phrasal verbs are separable. This means that we have the option of putting a direct object between the verb and the particle. Listen to these examples.
He dropped off the kids at school. He dropped the kids off at school. We put away our books before the test. We put our books away before the test. I had to clean up the kitchen after making dinner. I had to clean the kitchen up after making dinner.
When a direct object is a pronoun, such as it, them, or him, we always put the pronoun between the verb and the particle. We do not put the pronoun after the particle, like this. Inseparable phrasal verbs. Other phrasal verbs are inseparable. This means a direct object always comes after the phrasal verb. In other words, with inseparable phrasal verbs, we cannot put the object between the verb and the particle. The same is true when we use pronouns as direct objects. Direct objects like him and it must still come after the particle when a phrasal verb is not separable.